That's a good one.
Madami. Sigaw yung dalawa. Sigaw ng dalawa.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. And another one.
Yo, what is up? So we spent $1,000 for Tartaglia, and we got him up to Constellation 5. I'm gonna show you his talents and his constellations. So first is the skill is his basic normal range attack. So mine is the this only increases his normal attacks when he's in his range form. So yeah, that's it. Just level up to 4. Actually, it's 3. His weapon of mastery talent increases your own party members' normal attack by 1. So yeah. What I prioritize is his second skill is Foul Legacy, Raging Tide. That's his elemental skill. Basically, go into melee form, and these are the stats for max level. So it's not really max level, but you still need this item. So you have to go to Child Boss every week to have this farm, and yeah. And for level AR40, it's really hard to get this one. Yeah, my plan is to build him a Foul Legacy Raging Tide build. So I'm gonna prioritize this skill because I want to have his damage for this one increase first, and maybe I'll have the second. Let's just see how it goes. But this skill is his Elemental Burst, Havoc Obliteration. I think this is the highest percentage for Elemental Burst in the game right now. 789% of your attack. Yeah, it's really cool. This talent is extends Riptide duration by 8 seconds. So when you can activate Riptide by charge shot in your range mode, or if you go in your elemental skill and your melee stance, it can a crit with this talent. Every time you crit, you're gonna activate the Riptide, which is a debuff for the enemy. Yeah, and that's it. That's it. That's his kit for talents and constellations. So yeah, Constellation 1 decreases the cooldown of Foul Legacy Raging Tide, your elemental skill, by 20 seconds. When you use your elemental skill, when you change to melee form, for how long you use it, it's gonna reflect on the cooldown. So for example, you use your elemental skill for 10 seconds. This constellation will like reduce the cooldown to 8 seconds. Constellation 2, when opponent affected by Riptide is defeated, you gain more energy. Constellation 3 increases the level of your elemental skill, your melee stance, so it increases the damage. This one is really like confusing, but basically what it does, it removes the cooldown for Riptide and Riptide Flash. Basically, it's debuff within a debuff, and it's additional damage. So you can notice this if you attack the enemies on melee stance when they are on a Riptide. So yeah, it causes more damage and removes the cooldown for those to happen again for the enemy. Constellation 5 improves the damage for your elemental burst. Yeah, it makes it more dope. And the last one is really OP because you're gonna have no cooldown for your elemental skill. So you can you can be on your melee form like forever as long as you cast your elemental burst. So I think like 20 seconds or 30 seconds is enough time for you to have your energy max to cast your elemental burst. So every time you go a melee stance and you cast an elemental burst, it will reset the cooldown. Or if you change character, as long as you use your ult, when you go back to Tartaglia, you can use your elemental skill to be on melee form again. So it's really dope. So Tartaglia is my main DPS right now. I have him on Skyward Harp. I got this weapon a long time ago, but I didn't really have anyone to use it. So that's the main reason why I pulled for Tartaglia. And yeah, it gives a good crit rate and has an eye attack. Also, right now I'm using really trash artifacts since I haven't farmed for artifacts yet. I'm still waiting for AR-45 for me to start farming artifacts. Right now I have circlet, just crit damage, just for having crit damage, and also the set for attack, brave set. I do have this hydro damage bonus cup, this random cup with hydro damage bonus. So if you have any cups right there, just use it. It's as long as it has hydro damage bonus, because it gives a lot of damage. And this is just a filler. As long as you have this attack, just there with good crit damage, put it there. Also this feather, this is a random feather with attack and crit rate, 7.8 crit rate, it's good. Yeah, and last part is the flower that gives complete the set bonus for attack, gives 18% attack. Also has crit rate and attack percentage, so not bad. Right now, like my gears just are really crappy, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go for Noble Oblige, but we'll see. Maybe a 2 set or whatnot. We'll see on when we hit AR-45. For my attributes, I just have 1,600 attack. Yeah, 17k HP. 35% crit rate. It's kind of low. So your ideal crit rate would be like 60% here and 120 or more crit damage. So yeah, I also have 56% hydro damage bonus. Yeah, that's it. That's it for my Tartaglia. I'm still building my supports around him. So I have Singshu here, and yeah, he also has like max constellations, and yeah, it's really nice. And this second constellation is like really good for Tartaglia because it decreases the hydro resistance of enemies with this skill for 4 seconds, and that's a lot of damage as well. So yeah, that's it. Also, Tartaglia with Chi is really OP because it freezes the enemies and DPS at the same time. Her her Adeptus Art, Herald of Frost, her elemental skill. That's really OP. It freezes the enemy, and you switch it to Tartaglia. Just obliterates everyone. And her ult, of course, her elemental burst. Like, yeah, you won't be afraid to attack or to lose HP with this one. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the bell notifications for more awesome Genshin Impact videos.